lines of products is what keeps the revenue flowing for most of the large companies in the industry. So new ideas are always welcome. They're always trying to formulate any type of new product that they can, especially for Nike. Um, the wide range of production and manufacturing facilities, companies that can make use of this will experience a large range of cost savings. That's one thing that Nike has certainly experienced through their company trials. Um, Opening up a lot of production and manufacturing facilities in different countries brings a product closer to the consumer, eliminates any type of travel costs to get the product to another country. So, say if we're operating in America and we have a bunch of production and manufacturing plants here, we want to get our products over to Japan. But this is like the ones in America are the closest ones we have to Japan. It's going to cost a lot of money to get our products over there. Um, Coming up with the products to match research results. Nike does extensive research on all their consumer groups to figure out what kind of trends there are in the market, what consumers are looking for out of the next product so they will be releasing. So they will conduct that extensive research and they will develop the product that is closest suited to the or the consumer desires. It's basically like saying if in the world of basketball right now, if people are wanting more high top tennis shoes that are shoes that go above the ankles, a company wouldn't invest all the time into that research and then come out with a new design of a low top tennis shoe if that's not what the market desires. And then lastly, environmental influence. That's one thing that's common in nearly every industry, but especially the apparel and shoemaking industry. Um, Social responsibility is also tied in with this. So, being a more environmental friendly company, a lot of consumers are paying more attention to this. It'll increase the reputation of the brand name and also bring a lot more consumers to buy Nike products. They'll feel more inclined to buy our products because uh, the brand name is just improved that much. It's also a major issue for any company that is in production of shoes is all the leather that is just wasted from the raw materials. So if Nike would be able to improve on this, it would improve their brand image, improve their market base, and many other things as well. So SWOT analysis for Nike. Biggest strength is their brand image that has led to the amazing market share they have now, which is also a strength in itself. Rapid innovation, the way they can produce new products at an extremely fast rate, and they also have the strongest research and development team in the industry as well. For weaknesses, like I said, Nike always wants to expand into larger markets, but Nike has not been able to sell a lot of products in these smaller markets because there's insufficient patent laws, and it makes it easy for people to come along and just sell a product that is similar to Nike or steal some of their company ideas and just sell it as their own thing. They also are likely to be drawn into pricing wars with competitors because that is one of the most hot topics around any apparel industry. Some of the biggest opportunities Nike can attempt to expand into more than just an athletic market. So, expanding into like a casual clothing or types of clothes that you can use for athletics or any other type of event as well. Um, Also, something that can improve their brand is improving the labor practices or making the improvements of labor practices more public and more known to the public. It's one thing that is always under scrutiny for this industry. And then they need to improve their marketing at world renowned events such as the World Cup and the Olympics. Some threats, competition's a major threat. There's not that many competitors that hold a large market, but there's many competitors in the industry. Any form of decline in innovation is a major threat to Nike. And then there are also other companies that are strengthening their market power in certain sports, which is weakening the Nike brand. So financials revenue has been growing at a steady rate over the past 5 years. That's something that is to be expected for Nike. Um, Return on assets has experienced a rather slow, steady growth. It's much better than the industry average, mostly due to wise investments and proper market research that Nike conducts. Return on equity, it's been skyrocketing over the last 2 years. It's way better than the industry average, and the reason for this is the amount of equity invested in Nike has decreased over the past couple of years. Uh, Gross profit margin, Nike's been more of a trendsetter, kind of following the same trend as the industry, but uh, just at a much higher rate. Uh, Nike did experience a slight decrease in 2017 due to a massive increase in the cost of goods sold, and that is just a result of the specialization of products that Nike has implemented in many countries. And then the operating profit margin and net profit margin are rather the same. Nike's been kind of consistent around a 15 to 16% basis. It's not really an upward trend with this ratio as it has been with other ratios, just because Nike is so innovative that any kind of increase in this ratio or increase in revenue, they kind of just bend it right back towards SG&A expenses or research expenses in that matter. Um, some major concerns for Nike to address. Growth in a lot of the new markets for Nike has been lacking or unsatisfactory, mostly due to the price of Nike's products. A lot of consumers in these markets are just looking for the cheapest product they can buy, so they'll choose a cheaper, inferior product before they will choose Nike just to save a few dollars. Um, Nike also desires to conduct more business in some more emerging markets, but there's not any proper legal protection in those markets. So there's not any proper patent laws or anything like that to protect their products from being sold by a smaller market. There's a lot of competitors investing in some organizations or athletes to make an effort in capturing some of the market share that Nike holds, pretty much taking some of the ideals that Nike put in place many years ago and in their initial expansion and using them to their own advantage. Puma is a company that is making a good example of this. Um, it can be difficult to continue producing innovative ideas in the current markets that Nike's been operating in. Um, like I said, it's been hard to continue producing the new top of the line products in shoes or uh, athletic clothing year after year. And then companies in the industry haven't really